Hello people, I've just completely failed at making two videos about this new US bill which is going to be passed called Bill S.978 because I had my Telebeach mic muted the entire time. I'm not using my camera mic because it's really bad quality compared to this. Basically throughout the videos I was just giving some facts out about the bill and about what's going to happen and why everyone who's like making a big fuss about it on YouTube is making a big fuss over practically nothing, because basically it's only going to affect people in the US for a start because it's a US bill. So anyone uploading videos of anything all on different sides of the world aren't going to be affected at all. Secondly, if it does get passed for the US, then it's not going to affect most gameplay on YouTube for video games because there is, well, it's not ruining the games for people like posting a movie would. I mean, obviously you don't ruin a movie for someone, but if it's not losing the company money, as in if it, say like you upload COD gameplay, if that's not losing Activision money, then it's not classed as illegal by this bill. It's only classed as illegal if it's seen to cost the company over $2,500, which would mainly apply to movies and music, because when you're watching gameplay of a video, well, of a game, you're watching it for the purpose to either have fun watching it because you own the game, have fun watching it because you don't own the game and you're going to buy the game, or you're watching a walkthrough to help you through a game, because no one watches walkthroughs because they like watching other people complete a game they don't have. So it's not going to lose any of the games companies any money, therefore it's not going to be seen as illegal. Thirdly, one of the Congress members has apparently said that it's going to disclude like most videos. It's going to disclude like YouTube, because YouTube's such a huge site they wouldn't be able to keep track of who's uploading what and what's illegal and what's not. It's mainly going to be on smaller streaming sites. For fourth, people have been saying it's going to affect official events like tournaments and things like E3, and that's just completely untrue, because E3 is streamed by games journalists who have rights to stream the conferences, or it's streamed by game sites like IGN, who are games journalists basically, and they get authorization from the companies who are like performing at E3 or putting on presentations at E3 or showing trailers at E3 to show E3 game footage on their site. They go up to the people who make the games and go, "Hello, can we video you playing 2 minutes of this game?" And they go, "Yeah, sure." So it's not going to affect that at all. It's not going to affect tournaments, because tournaments like fighting games or RTSs like Street Fighter or StarCraft, they're not going to be affected because the company who owns the game, say like Capcom or Blizzard, are gonna, well, they endorse most official tournaments. I mean, things like Call of Duty MLG is not even going to be considered because, well, no one shows stuff like that. There's no huge COD tournaments on YouTube, whereas there is huge tournaments in things like StarCraft and Street Fighter and Marvel vs. Capcom and stuff like that, because they have a big audience and they're very competitive. And since they're endorsed by the company that makes the game, it's not going to do anything. What I did have a fifth point. One sec. No. Yeah. It's also going to be classed as illegal if the licensing fees would have been over $5,000 if you post several videos of something. If you're not licensed, then they'll warn you, and if you keep on posting videos, if the licensing fees would be over $5,000 to post that video, then you'll get charged and you'll get jailed. And I don't think any video game footage is worth $5,000 licensing fees. I don't even think there's licensing fees for video games, because you're not ruining it. Even if you post the gameplay of a single player, No one's gonna watch the gameplay of a single player unless they really can't afford a game at all. And if they can't afford a game, they probably won't spoil it for themselves by watching someone play through it, when they probably will be able to afford it in the near future. So if they've got a job, or if they're waiting till they get a bit of money or something. So I just don't see why it's going to be a big deal, why people are making it a big deal, because it's not going to affect video games in the slightest, or at least in my opinion, given the facts of the actual bill and what it actually says. Also the fact that they've not even expressed anything about video games. They've just said copyright streaming in general, mainly to do with music and movies, I presume, because they're the things that people most frown upon. Well, people downloading or watching online, because obviously if you watch a movie online, you're not going to go buy the DVD, or you're not going to go buy the Blu-ray, or not going to watch it in the cinema. Therefore, it is losing the company money. Those actors have worked hard, made a movie, and you're not paying anything to watch it. So therefore, it's going to be, well, I think it's already illegal. So that's what it's mainly going to affect. I don't see why people are making a big deal. I'm just throwing my 2 cents out there, and hopefully this video, I don't know whether it'll get picked up, whether anyone will watch it, like who's big on YouTube, and think, well, this kid makes sense, it's not going to do much, especially for people who are outside of the US. I mean, I can still upload videos to YouTube. I'm English, so I'm not going to have a problem. The US government doesn't have the power to fly over to England and go, no, you're a bad person, and charge me money. And it only affects American citizens. So hopefully this has been informative. Hopefully you've learnt something. Hopefully you've calmed the hell down about what people are actually saying on YouTube. And I hope it doesn't even get passed, so that there's no worries whatsoever, because it probably won't. Like 90% of the things that go to be passed never do, because they realise, oh well, this is kind of stupid, and half of them vote against it. So whatever, we'll see what happens.